the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
For Reverend Ntim Fordjour, a member of Parliament for Ascent South. Now, in fact, members of Parliament from the minority side onom kokopiemu Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, a flag bearer aspirant and at the same time former vice president. Okokopiemu onifie no na Reverend Ntim Fordjour eka ho bi. Na enne wode Nsem-Pii egu apono so. Na nsem na wo kanu an wo say in fact Nsem-Pii started bubo free Kennedy akompreko Agyapong flag bearer aspirant bia for the New Patriotic Party. Na o kire say ehu behia say Kennedy ohene Agyapong ebehwe na wa address sa issue no ansana obeto an campaign so awatoa so na ya de bia in fact egu party no ehu fin kura because ye started animal enche the sidentina and then master started atimidie ni sa attacks apampa esema Reverend Ntim Fordjour kan efa the spokesperson to Kennedy akompreko Agyapong Kwasi Kwatin was started can Nsem-Pii efa members of parliament kokopiemu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia efio and watch say ade bia nyanwanwa amempo waka kan say emra na yebeko 2024 elections no campaign MPP ko yebia no omo baase nipa se bi omo ko western region no ma baase nipa from Greater Accra omo ko Accra so no ma baase nipa from Kumasi dia ko ka ho omo ko northern region no ma sa baase nipa dia free Accra eni Kumasi na omo sa dia ko Nsem-Pii na ene de che say Kwasi Kwatin opeso okikan na ene Reverend Ntim Fordjour aka nsem-pa yenye bre nti ensema Reverend Ntim Fordjour de ema Kwasi Kwatin no ye spokesperson to Kennedy ohene Agyapong
members of parliament or MPP mu mako education nachi ye kai ho bom fe ye sigina ye kwako tai Dr. Bawumia achi sanse say no National Council sigina wo da ye babe presidential primaries in about 6 to 7 months from now no so election be baso until say the battle lines are drawn a dono abono die say obia ho kwan say obia opese wode wa ho de kota na chi a otusa na mon free ni ayepem any invitation bi ni nye free Dr. Bawumia ho enenye nipa bi enne fa fun frefre nyina enni etu ye ho esi ho say e braso say odo a ye wo demand Dr. Bawumia na ye hu say emprempring any abato a ye ko ye in 2028 ye hwe nipa dodo a edimu ewo MPP mu ayene de we have the men intino ye wo nipa dodo a wo modi mu betumi aba bekura franka no but among them no the ojina so kokura so no ye de ko dina ano a obetumi awinyi presidency no amaye easy awinyi election amaye easy because of voter behavior grand ni was what could be pain na so ko na no bi a obafofo ko dina wona wa advantage no the sa principles ni na to ho and ni na abo anan and you call Dr. Bawumia office you call you no in fact akoye ni you call pledge your support at the march in Kwanse eternity na me am the many famua in fact MPC by those pa na ni na me kra me the many famu na me ha me dia me am kairo just no bi oba obi na me hu but the me am hu ye kra no 60 plus and woman so am ni say no so nya pepa so mbeba me akwa Dr. Bawumia tia e bi akwantu bi nti oni Ghana na BBC ni kwantu want me ama me cancer enra no omo kra me mani bu be du kra de metimi aka na no beto dwa no ya na bi no se omo ye 20 omo ye 15 omo ye say omo di omo kan na mbi sa atenti no mo e kasa on se video bi e be to dwa no na kan ni pe wo mo ni fo ni bi to dwa kan ni pe wo mo a pen the suspect video no every picture omo kan pra me mu bi it is all kasa o has that video no one Ntim Fordjour anko bia man say a very wrong judgment and you know me na me bopa enu ase me bopo ekosi sense me na me bopo dinna I could even on top of my head within a short time me bopo over 45 so we are many. But you see, the significance of the NYSC is a history of the party, nature, the co-position, party not more than to see parliament. Until in 96, rather 97 to 2000. So that was the first time I knew MPs crowd parliament. But because no one also, well, 60 something or so, 52 or 52. But that few numbers now no more parliament. Sabreno na J.H. Mensa, Sabreno also Agyapong, President Kufuor, those days a lot of the big names. But there were not such enough for them. There were not many. But and now we said party now in the opposition, was largely driven by Parliament MPs, na omoka do na echo tie President Kufuor. They were able to drive energy, across the rank and file. Ayɛdɛ President Kufuor be president. Now President Kufuor akobako 96 or 39%. But MPs do so much the pushing or to sound the president. Sounds so and I bekai a bra the co-position bill in 2009. And now President Kufuor could try first attempt at the time they opposition. But MPs do know our parliament support to President Kufuor. It was very significant because my awardation could be the Thai campaign that you be able to say MPs do know a Thai opinion here. It is a signal say and it said Nico. The sad Nico and but the Ampa MPs do now Ampa the Tisa Thai President Kufuor, which is the third time 2016 and a year my. And say fast forward 2024. That's about also. Now the presidential candidate Fufro Ako. Now only presidential candidate or NDC. The German NDC or no. The fourth time na all chrono. It was natural say or moving advantage over the first timer. It is Yakwan we new opposition 2025. Now say out of 88 MPs, over 60 MPs. I'm sorry. Aquaco support to Otabawumia by their own free will. Signaling say in the grassroots, overwhelming support, overwhelming confidence that what the man Otabawumia say would be an coalition now. Or no, why it will be the fastest way at MPP beating a victory. Now and also actually say they will say in Kabum, Jumadene, now the Thai party nechi. Na yade tie Dr. Balmiachi na otuni eminimai ewia empenimfo a omodi mu nyine a wonyina menamfo won so ayi omoti so mu gina yi nyina be kan ho odi abom after Dr. Balmiachi bi akoyenim de mesren se de be ma ayem papemu de be ma party no so be na kono ye akofo mu de nyina kwa but no na me move motion 4 days ago, our National Council for early primaries for the presidential. So, first.
Reverend Pastor, before so be do no, Bibi Achemuni say Dr. Bawumia a system candidate. Especially more and we appointees, that was the allegation. Said most supported Bawumia by force. And then MPP near Bem, system be any who be. MPC a leadership and a shamu. Openi bi National Council for and shemu say muko declare support for Bawumia na.
The Obibia said onto wasem wo siawasa na watia ne fa meboa.
No credit.
It is only part of the BBD criticize wa. Na wo power obey to establishment excuse. So we establishment candidate inti and na dodo na DH3 and I shape will be as only in line. Now, your opposition so and so mine a shape. President Ben a shape. Government Ben system Ben a shape. Nino Dr. Bawumia Ntutie as the highest performing vice president. Ono one leadership upon our show and me said the Ntutie Nini Swadin at dance so any man do na ekokoboa You see, as a political party, you are in to win an election. And at all times, you have to put your best foot forward. It's a very sound decision, and you take it. But the TPR internal democracy there. He will also find some reasons trying to criticize the decision. But the fact remains that whether in opposition or in power, Dr. Bamiana Dodona, a condom say, the essence is inside and fire home, then come boom. But campaign a very decent. And people know to a dear, Camille has said, a drew at the parliamentary level and presidential level. And what dear in Yan Becky Kaya Hono, the Dekika is Hono. Yeah, you need to focus here. And I will encourage, say, in this particular internal election, I have a quick. You will say internal election because and simply a man for Kikaye in the internal election in the previous time. I can only be now. You lose. So we should all be mindful, say, whatever we say or do in this internal election, the records will be there. Our opponents will play it back at us. And to me, very decent. Let be a baby, you baby, in your between the home and family, Tiaquacotono, now 18 to.
I see. I feel you're to an emotional movie or National Council saying control Ntim.
And no. It was premised on great principles, but answer about principles, then you had the full because in 97, it was done. You to single out to presidential first. There was a reason why, yes, and a boy, so and the COVID in 2000. So, and now, you see, as National Council. Edi komo esijinabi ehono many happening former general secretary Mr. Kobna Agyapong emu motion say ebeya yento presidential primaries Ntim nkele kwa any country no first National Council ditu any can say anfan this is dua plan ye asset yen train na Frank Davis committee on constitutional amendment emfa report to Metiga. Now, you recommendation proposals are man for a best actually or a constitution, no other reforms are okay committee recommend the proposals. Then share what the report will say, answer in the studio. They're trying, and 4 days ago, we share National Council, so Bra Frank Davis committee, I don't report the two Gano. One so a full recommendation say yen to presidential primaries no can near intent them and the proposals when you na that was what it was pointing to and on make other proposals but proposals don't make it on the door now a conference and according to the constitution a bit to me as a regional but according to Article 13 of our constitution the National Council quite might take a decision or home the dates for the conduct of presidential primaries. No, I mean move motion say on the back of all the solid recommendations to report the grassroots presidential primary intent now for the last time Ntim the last if we nothing to tell me Brediaba annual reconciliation there was just barely a year to the election. Until this time, I moved. Say, 31st January 2026, you hold the presidential primaries. Now, it received overwhelming support. A month for I over in 2 hours. The debate won't be actually not in the support for it. For the records, there was no counter motion. For the records. But it is a bit of the name now in the by there were about 7 presidential aspirants. Many saw me who council meeting.
Okay.
And Bilmus or Muamma or more close campaign
allies
and you know will be if it's one motion in Adrian and by the procedures of National Council come between us already like I said minute in Ntim Fordjour motion in Yajuma and Adrian into me may finally counter motion say instead of 31st January no me propose to be at 31st December 2026 then call one more year. Nobody raised any counter motion. And you know, say, what the hell? Now the two, now you want to do every year. Now, Chairman Buti, or known the theatre at the meeting. Passive voice will say, more money to say aye. No, be a can aye, unanimous. Now say no, or be can no. Now we now babble thing they can say, Yanyan too. I mean, to me, dear, the Pekuma be and according to one. You have been disingenuous. You have been disingenuous. Even for the records, no, and for the avoidance of doubt. Be anywhere, but the three reasons I mean, the reason about when said, there has never been a time in our political history party be in your power. No buy and what to need opposition home, more. Call and I BNI, and you almost why bonus when you're bonnet, their custom fee near the charge can see the above, near the bail condition, I want to meet near the above intimidation. It means the chink of Okanajo, NIB, no much, and I say, wow, several hours. When you're bonnet, you are near my one is a Kokanatum, one tomorrow, those are the two beams, and then the Ekoko Kosoa, since the coup de town on the buy, you know, it will be a chief justice. Omoyewe Ablekumanov, almost declare a whole lot of someone else ending a year or 1 year. There's not a single day, almost MFA and NIB, any Yoko for the former appointees, even our certain current regional and national executives, almost 80 of them. And with all this intimidation, you know, as a here passer, they being a legitimate political opposition leader, legitimately so called, a presidential candidate, obey a Frank Tufua or no, a term Frank a flag, no, that's what Pija, Frank and Fag in Rabbit Chamwashia. The BBC, no, the no, no, all can say, see, pet, all the rank and file will be energized, and we all will sing that tune. The Bimpo Nasty, that's one party, no, any abino and Adrian. Or no the Becasa, let me share diplomatic community, let me share CSUs near there, or Modi a boo near DBT. As we speak now, we don't have that. And the Womo Tete MPP near. There's a muslu, there's no major pushback into the and as soon as possible, we need such a leader. Whoever that leader will be, we need such a leader as soon as practically possible. Now, no any Jinape. And you must understand the whole dynamics will change. Number two, the kind of interest Abemua, Nipaduko Lumpes Wombe, presidential candidates. A Kwani Mupa, okay, 2009, you call about one lose your position. 2009, for about 6 months, now the major contenders in the crown wanted to find a job. We never heard anybody declaring within the first 6 months. May you say, even in your penny, alarm. That Ben cry, Okaman, a quadri the breakers here, or the WT, or only other say, and only other. But within a few months, I about position, impeding for a cook and bear on what check cry, and afterwards will pursue a contested family. And not only have they declared, acrimony is a womb, rank a womb, animosity a womb. A tough one, a simple if we be a cheap. Womukasa, woman, and Numa air cost one. The Anya promise in Tamua. Tensions at the Babano. See a chance for 1.5 years and the Atua. A better party, no? A better rebuild in Ayɛdɛ. Intino, I'll say an intentum. Within 7 months, rank could be a reba, animosity be a reba. Political party be an internal animosity. But we are in terms of free one. Now within 7 months, no, tension be a rise via. We have 2 years. Every be a tuber work or na nipo be win no obi akwa kota na chi. We will have 3 clear years at that instance no. Yet to me at the Akangobia boom, to me SCC will be anthem from the top all the way to the polling station. Yet one and also Ntemwa because the interest and the stakes are high, no. They reflected all the way from national election, regional election, constituency election, electoral area election to the polling station. Your presidential candidate be a interested in the election be a conduct be an Ubian Eta for the Wakaku. And no been a buyer man police station election crown, maybe a chomuko, maybe to that, and in Bikahua, in Kuguya ID, a buyer, for police station election, Obercobe Bino, and now tension or hunty. The chef, the retro abano, 10 o'clock, by 9, Ubidu. Ya tuwe 6 AM and almost 2 AM. Will be in the bush and 4 in now for be said, woman or more presidential candidate BH, and a regional officer BH, and a national officer BH. Or watch a forms no crowd BNB, and no not you in near the buy. You see, but the moment you take off and conduct the presidential primaries, we don't mean a better Mubajo in Tebema. Free, fair, and peaceful internal elections, devoid of entrenched positions. No, you get the right caliber of people under very peaceful conditions. So it was one of that reason. The other reasons were they raise and said, "Yeah, man, for expanded more. Now I expanded." The monetization near deba na yekoto abano okoba bi obi say anyemo na mkoji TV mo amkoto e menkoto nyemo na mkoji fridge no nyemo na mkoji skakesi. But you see what they said the last election no whether super delegate or the main presidential primaries Dr. Baumia and Minia Penny Honorable Agyapong and Nsem-Pii aka and the culture share so what they say fridge chebi bemu
David.
What is a TV Chebi Bemu? What is a Tikakesi Chebi Bemu? So it means that those monetization is not related to presidential elections.